My name is Dan Schmitt, and I'm the candidate for Congress in the 5th Congressional District. As I continue my tour on the East Coast, the cradle of the history of the United States, we're here at Plymouth. This is where the settlers, the first settlers, English settlers, settled in America in 1620. It was the Pilgrims. Behind me is the Mayflower II, which was built in 1957 as a replica of the original Mayflower, the ship that brought the Pilgrims here to Plymouth, Massachusetts. Now, the reason I want to talk a little bit here and talk about our history and freedom is the initial Mayflower Pact was sort of a socialist concept with the first 102 settlers. In other words, they were going to share everything, and that's how they were going to build their colony, even though only 2/3 of the original settlers were members of the church, were pilgrims. And the other members were not part of the church. But what they learned in the first year after a few of them died over that first winter is that socialism does not work. And I know President Obama and Mike Quigley, the congressman, may be historically challenged, that they don't quite understand that socialism does not work. Because the second year and years after the initial settlement, the governor of the first settlement gave everybody a plot of land, and they were allowed to progress to produce what they wanted to produce. And then the settlement took off. So it is really free enterprise is the foundation of the United States of America. Free enterprise with the early settlers that worked their way into. What do you think built America? It was free enterprise. It was the idea of working for yourself, for your family, and then for your community. The concept of shared sacrifice is not an American concept. The other thing I should point out, that the early settlers were Christians. And I know there's people that say, and President Obama has said, this is not a Christian nation. Well, if you look back to the founding papers, you will see that it was based on a Christian foundation is what allowed America to be formed, going back to the original Declaration of Independence and the original Constitution. You need people of faith in order to form a more perfect alliance. So these are things I want to point out here at Plymouth, Massachusetts. Lessons to be learned as we continue our travels and seeing the foundation of the United States of America, the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Boston Tea Party, and I'm going to continue on. And remember, walkwithdan.com, danschmidtforcongress.com, and come and join me on this march to freedom in America, restoring our faith in America.